A massive win for Mattia Belucci in Rotterdam, but this leads to one big question. What's wrong with Daniil Medvedev? That's right, and if you're just joining, make sure to hit a like and subscribe. Let's get stuck into this. Daniil Medvedev suffers yet another early exit loss at the hands of another young left-handed player. This time, the Italian Belucci, world number 92, who stunned Daniil Medvedev to make the quarterfinals in Rotterdam. What a performance it was. I mean, he played the best tennis of his life out there, saved 11 of 12 break points, 6 out of 6 in the third set, and gets the biggest win of his career against the former world number one, 2023 champion Daniil Medvedev. I mean, it's pretty insane. Hasn't really done much, I'd say, so far in his career. Obviously, 23 years old, Belucci. I'd say the biggest thing to date was probably the US Open last year, qualified, beat Stan Wawrinka in the first round. But other than that, there hasn't really been that much to scream or shout about, I would say, with Belucci. I mean, we can take a look down. Very impressive qualifying and first round, but all players you'd expect him to beat. But then to beat Daniil Medvedev, I mean, it's insane. This is a former champion, someone who's so good on the indoor hard courts as well. And if you have a look down here, before that, lost to Kovacevic, lost to Lestienne, lost to Atman at the Australian Open qualifying. I mean, lots of losses. So maybe he's put something together in the past few weeks, and now it's really coming together on these indoor hardcourt surfaces. Maybe just playing some red line tennis. Or maybe there is something wrong with Daniil Medvedev right now, and he is sort of an ideal player to play if you are a young up-and-coming player with a very powerful game, and he did play very well. But similar thing happened at the Australian Open with Lerner as well. Someone young, up-and-coming, awkward, left-handed, very powerful player as well. And Daniil Medvedev seems to just be struggling out there. I'm not sure what is happening to Daniil. Like We Are Tennis is saying here, after Lerner at the Australian Open, Medvedev loses to the world number 92. In the second round in Rotterdam, things are not getting better for the world number 7. And let me know what you think about it in the comments section, because I think it is a real worry. This is supposed to be the time of year where Daniil Medvedev comes to life. He owns the hard courts normally at the back end of the year and the start of the year. And that is when you expect him to shine, in that American, Canadian swing into the US Open, and then follows it all the way around into the tour finals, and then into Australia, and with some of these other indoor hard courts tournaments just after. But we're just not seeing it. I'm not sure, has tennis passed him by recently? Obviously, he's just changed coaches with Simon now leaving his side. I don't think that really plays too much of a factor, but there's just something not quite right with Daniil Medvedev right now. And we got Vanch in here saying, gotta credit Belucci for the way he bounced back in the third after just missing out to win in the tiebreak. Yeah, he did have match point in the tiebreak in the second, but Medvedev did dig in. But overall, a worrying trajectory for Medvedev, that he's invited underdogs to boss him around like this and believe that they can execute varied offense for hours without any dips. Yeah, I think that is a very good point as well. Is he just allowing these players to bully him around? Is he not being aggressive enough on a tennis court? We used to see this tactic work from Daniil Medvedev. You hang back, you just keep the ball in play. Like, percentage tennis, I think, is on the way out. A lot of players have said it, and if you're not a power player, they don't really stand a chance these days. You've seen the players at the top of the sport. Jannik Sinner. I mean, Daniil Medvedev's record against him in, the last 5 or 6 matches is terrible. And you feel like Sinner's adapted his game to the way the courts are playing now, the way the balls are, the way the rackets are, the way tennis is right now. Jannik Sinner seems to be doing everything correctly. And whatever Daniil Medvedev is doing is still the old way, which doesn't work anymore. And unfortunately, I mean, he's such a likable character as well, Daniil. And I don't want to seem like I'm jumping on top of him. But if you look, obviously, at his ranking, you see here, I mean, from 2022, he was at number 7. And then it went number 3 to start the year, number 5, and now we're back at number 7 again. We're sort of going backwards a little bit with Daniil, and it is a little bit worrying because look at his hard court form. I mean, normally just so dominant, and you see all of these greens that always used to be around this area, and now you see he's picking up a win at the Italian Open. But you see, the most significant thing for me is after his quarterfinal loss to Jannik Sinner at the US Open, or even before that still. I mean, you see all of these hardcourt tournaments. Canadian Open, second round. Cincinnati, second round. Shanghai, quarterfinal. But then Paris, second round. Quarterfinals, and now second round at the Australian Open. It doesn't make for good reading right now, and I feel that he really needs to go away. He needs to really consider the next coach, and he really needs to start adapting his game, because otherwise he's going to find himself sliding down these rankings. At the moment, Alex de Minaur looks like he's starting to work out the game more. You've seen he's put on a lot of muscle as well over the past few weeks. He's trying to get the power into his game to compete with the likes of Jannik Sinner. Will it work? Time will tell, but he's making the adjustments, and he could probably go above Daniil Medvedev this week. And Medvedev, another slide down. Will he be outside the top 10 at some point? I mean, we thought Andrei Rublev was the Russian that was sort of on the chopping block for new talent when they face him. Is Daniil Medvedev going to be that new player that the young players coming through will be facing in early rounds and fancy their chances against? Let me know in the comment section, because I think we can all agree he's definitely good for tennis, Daniil Medvedev, but we don't want to see him when he's not competitive. We want to see the best Daniil Medvedev. But yeah, that's just the quick news. Daniil Medvedev, has he lost his mojo? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think he should change to make the difference and get back to the top of the sport again? Because, come on, we know he's better than he's playing right now. Is it a mental thing? Is it a physical thing? I want to know your thoughts. And if you haven't done so yet, smash a like, subscribe, and we'll see ya.